Hi, it's Michael. Welcome to the channel where we figure stuff out together because we're all in this together. So, I started this channel 28 days ago. The headline, as you see, is I got 1,000 subscribers. I'm not quite there, actually. It's 940, but we're rounding up for the sake of the video. And the real reason for the video is thank you. As I've said before in previous videos, I'll put it up now. I started this 4 weeks ago. I had no idea what I was doing. I still don't. I figured out a couple of things. I have a light back here. I kind of figured out how to make a light. I put this back here from my bedroom and I put that back there, and it kind of gives me a good glow. So that's the improvement I've made in 28 days. But somehow I've managed to get 940 subscribers. So we're working, we're figuring shit out, and that's kind of fun. So I really want to thank everybody I've made 10 videos. Let me give you the journey on that. The first video 4 weeks ago got 121 views. The second one got 233. The third got 513. The fourth got 1,200. The fifth got 25,000. The sixth, 1,000. Then 807, 216, 208, 505. So the outlier there is certainly that fifth video that got 25,000 views, and I kind of got lucky. So I'm a marketing person, and I just kind of thought about what was popular on YouTube, and I noticed these videos with these young, often black kids listening to white music for the first time. And it's great. And it's such an appreciation of music and the openness of these kids to watch it. And I just loved it. But I figured, let me see if I can make a spin on it. So I made white person reacts to black person reacting to white music. Silly. But it was either going to do one of two things. It was either going to get me kicked off of YouTube for, inciting a riot or something, or I was going to get some attention, and I got some attention. And 25,000 views so far, but like 380 comments, and then it became a dialogue back and forth. I commented back to everybody, which I think is an important thing. And, it's just what you would think this would be. It's a connection to people that I would never, from Australia and England and all around the world, having a conversation about how great music is. And I'm like, wow, okay, I struck a little bit of gold here. And people subscribed, and they obviously said, okay, we'll give you a second chance. Let's see what else you got. And that's what I'm here for, to give you what else I have. YouTube would love me to just do 100 videos on white guy reacts to black kids listening to white music, but that's not what I'm going to do. This whole channel is about figuring shit out. And that is a lot of categories. It's a lot to figure out in this world, and I'm going to take it step by step. I'm going to fall, and I'm going to tell you how I fell and how maybe I got up and what worked for me, and want to hear what works for you. And I did, 10 videos. I did some real serious things. I had skin cancer this month, and I did a video on that. I did a pizza review with my daughter. I did how to get discount parking at the airport. These are all my perspective. I've lived for 60 years, and I've suffered some pain in those 60 years, but I kept coming back. And I have a story to tell, and it will evolve over a lot of videos and a lot of time. And hopefully you'll take that journey and get to know me, but it'll be under varied topics, and some will be very serious. I have a real serious video coming out next about dealing with difficult people in your life, which is painful. And then I also have the silliest video I've ever made, which is a love song to the YouTube algorithm to help me out. And that's what life is. I can't just be the same thing, because that's not what life is. Life, on a dime, goes from serious to silly, dramatic to comedy. I remember when Pulp Fiction came out. I'm sure people on this channel probably remember. It's like a ridiculous amount of years ago, 30 something. And it was actually my birthday. And I said, okay, I'm going to go to the movies. I hear this movie, Pulp Fiction, is good. But I didn't know anything about it. And I sat in the theater, and they had the first scene with the hamburger. And I said, oh, this is a comedy. This is good. It's comedy. The dialogue is great. And then 2 minutes later or 3 minutes later, they're in that room and they've got the gun to the kid, and it's the most dramatic scene. I'm like, wait, I thought this was a comedy. And then then it was later, and then it became funny again. And then Bruce Willis has got a ball in his mouth, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? I don't know what's happening. And I couldn't quite absorb the whole thing. And I left, and then like a week later, I went back and watched it again, and I realized, okay, this is life. This is life. It's funny, but it also is dramatic, and life can change on a dime, and that swing is what life is all about. But movies didn't do that. Movies were either serious or funny, and Quentin Tarantino kind of merged those together, which took a little bit of getting used to, but obviously he's great. And he actually, Quentin Tarantino and Roger Avary have a podcast together now, and they just did 3 hours on Joe Rogan. And I listened for the 3 hours, and Tarantino does a lot of the talking, and he says, all right. All right. And he says a lot of that going on, which, that's his thing, which is adorable. But I for the 3 hours, they told really interesting stories, but I couldn't get out of my head thinking about who on the planet has heard the word all right more than Roger Avary. Like who's even second? Matthew McConaughey's wife. I don't know. A rat. That's about as good as I can do. That's it. I don't even know who's second. Like that, Roger Avary probably has done some really cool things in his life, accomplished a lot, but in my mind, he's like the guy who's heard the word all right, and that's the other right, more than anybody else, which, all right, it's a distinction. But I just couldn't stop thinking about it. But, that's what I want to bring to YouTube. I want to be comedy, not comedy, but silliness and fun. And then, the serious stuff is really what life is about. So, am I the Quentin Tarantino of YouTube? Of course, maybe I am. Who knows? Maybe I am. But not really. But look, that's what I'm going to do. It's so far we're connecting with each other. I hope more people come for the ride. I think I have like 870 hours of viewership. I need to get to 4,000. So if you can just watch these things on a loop, like, you go to sleep at night and just leave me rambling on about, all right. Wow, that would be like awesome, if you could do that. But I appreciate everything. Like I said, I am humbled by the fact that anybody's watching this. I didn't think anybody would even click one subscribe. I didn't think my mom would do it. Hi, Mom. Hopefully you're there. So thank you again. I appreciate it. I hope you have more time with me and take more of these silly videos with me and connect with each other and have this conversation. But I really appreciate it. And I just wanted to say that. So thank you. Have a good night, and more videos to come.